Hello, YouTube. This is Cueil, and it is early in the morning. I'm waiting for an email for work, so I thought I'd give my 2 cents on the PlayStation 4 rumors, the new Neo specs that are coming out, and all signs point to the Neo launching of this holiday. If they don't, so the prevailing thoughts, at least the ones I've heard, are that Sony's delaying it and they're going to change the specs, and that's... I mean, there's only so much you can do. You can overclock it a little bit. You lose yields. Even if you increase or lose like 2 or 3 extra percent and yields, when you're talking about millions, that's a lot of fucking yield loss. Tens of thousands. And I just don't think they want to add an extra 10, 13, 14% yield loss. So I think that the specs that we saw are the specs that they're going to be launched this year. A year head start is no joke. If Sony plays their cards right, if their messaging is good. My biggest concern is as a gamer who's cash strapped. I had more than enough time to save up. I also had a much better job to save up for my Xbox and my PlayStation 4. If they don't give me enough time to save up for this, or to freaking pre-order it and pay for it, over the course of several months, that takes a lot of people out of the equation. Some people pre-order this stuff in June, July, right after E3, and they put down like 40 or 50 bucks or whatever, and then every month they'll put down another 50, 60, 70 bucks. And they'll have it by November. They'll have it paid off. They come in, they pay off the rest of it or whatever, and they pick up their PS4. I don't think that announcing it too far out is good. It's a good idea. I got my stuff all. See my eye. All right. I think it's a bad idea. That's just my thought. And let me know what you think in the comment section. I do check my comments every now and then. Not a lot, but occasionally. Or you can hit me up on Twitter at Cueil, Cueil. And I will definitely respond back to you on Twitter. But yeah, I think it's BS. 5.5 teraflop. Unless the rumor... Now, the other rumor is that there's going to be another Neo. And that Neo is coming out next year. And it's going to be 5.5 teraflops. And I don't buy that, dude. I do not buy that. It just doesn't seem reasonable. Who knows, though? Sony has done some crazy things in the past, and would it surprise me? Yes, I would be very surprised if Sony were to do that. Or would I not be surprised if... See, rumors are that they're already putting out the APUs, okay? They're already coming off the presses. They're already being created, There's only so much you can do after that. Once you do that, and you've printed off millions or whatever the hell you're going to be launching with, 1 million, 2 million, whatever. Once you do that, it's done. You're done there. You can overclock it using your software. And that's about it. That's about it. That's what the Xbox One did. They overclocked. They had enough. They had enough to overclock without losing any yield. So that's what they did. And this is Cueil, and I think it's BS. Just my opinion. The 5.5 gigahertz, I think is BS. Let me know if you think it's BS. I think it's BS. And it wouldn't surprise me if they overclocked it about 10%. They can do that pretty safely. So long as they're not already pushing the envelope, right? If they're already pushing the envelope with 2.1 gigahertz, then they can't. But if they're not pushing the envelope like hard, you can usually safely increase all your clock speeds by 10% on your PC. That's just a rule of thumb, without any extra cooling or anything like that. So, and that would bring them up. I did the math of like 4.6 something teraflops. I think that's what it was. I think you can. So if you pump it high enough, it might have been closer to 4.5. I'm not sure which side it was. I can't remember. But if they can get it far enough away from 4 that they can change the narrative away from 2 teraflops, because that's the narrative right now, right? You don't want, if you're Sony, right, you have to do as much as you can to control the narrative. That's what they've done. That's why they've been so successful this generation. They've controlled the narrative, power, better third parties. And so they've controlled the narrative. And if they can't anymore, if they can't control the narrative anymore, you're really sorry about the gum. I'm all going fucking NBA basketball player on you guys with my gum. Professional sports players in general always sticking out their damn mouthpiece. So generally speaking, I think if they can get it past the point where you can't say, people can't go, well, the Xbox Scorpio is 2 teraflops more powerful. And it really is not, right? According 6 teraflops and 4.2. But it's close enough where you can just be like, just round it up to 2. Right? If you get it close enough, if you get further away, far enough up, where you can't just say 2, you're like 1.5. Right? Then you got a change of narrative from 2 teraflops, which is half the power of the PlayStation 4 Neo. Essentially, the Xbox One would be adding a PlayStation 4 to the power of the PS4 Neo. Power-wise. So I'm thinking I think it almost exactly. But 2 teraflops is a lot of freaking power. GPU power. Computational power. There's no way. There's no friggin' way they're making up the memory bandwidth. They'd have to way overclock that memory. It's just, there's just not possible. The biggest problem is they're going to be CPU limited. A lot of people are thinking that the Xbox will be using the Zen CPU. If they use the Zen CPU, if they use Zen, dude, That's significant. And it's significant because when you're running 4K on 6 teraflops, you ain't got you're not really going to have a lot of anything for GGPU fucking bullshit. You're not going to be offloading the CPU onto the GPU. That's a lot of PlayStation 4 games can do. So CPU bound tasks will run better. More powerful CPU, essentially a desktop CPU will go a long way in helping you do VR, 4K, where your graphics card is just handling all that graphics processing from a 4K standpoint. And you need that huge memory bandwidth because you'll be moving a ton of textures and large fucking textures. So anyways, I don't believe that. I think Sony overclocks a little bit, tries and changed that narrative away from 2 teraflops, closer to 1.5. It doesn't sound like a lot, right? But 2 teraflops. How powerful is the console? Around 4 teraflops. You're talking about just anybody can be like 2. The thing is only 4. That's 50% of the power. That's a lot. Like right off the top of your head, that's a lot. And if you can get it to more closer to 1.5, things don't look as bad like right off the bat, right? 6 and 4 is just that's an easy sell. That's an easy sell. And for high-end gamers, if you can only get one high-end gaming rig. For me, the idea of that if you can afford, if you can just go out and buy a Neo this holiday with having, you're going to be able to pre-order it at the earliest, August 15th at Gamescom. That gives you 4 months. Three fucking months to get to save up for the PS4. If you can do that, you probably will be able to buy a Scorpio. Because they'll probably announce it and the price at E3 next year. Anyways, peace the fuck out, people. I'm going to go in and go to work. I should already been going to work. But I've been waiting for an email from my boss. See my work phone? See my work app? My Blue Shield? I haven't got one. Anyways, that's what I've been waiting for. No, that's my boss from email. That's my workload. All right, peace out. You guys have a nice day. And whenever this gets uploaded, it gets uploaded. This Walmart has Wi-Fi, so it'll be a little bit faster. I'm all out of LTE bandwidth. Luckily, I'm on T-Mobile, so I get to have bandwidth anyways. All right, peace out, guys. Have a nice morning. If you like this, subscribe. I have very few subscribers, as you can see. Anyways, goodbye.